Hello and welcome. I'm Elizabeth Robertson, and this is the first video blog for coldwaterhaven.com, the yoga studio that's online. And this week we've been talking about creating a home spa. And I've heard that some people are kind of unsure if they actually want to take the time to set up a home spa. Seems like a weird time of year, and they're just not really sure if they want to put that kind of attention into that right now. But the weather's changing, it's getting colder, flu season is coming, the holidays are coming. And so having an understanding of what we are trying to do with ourselves and taking care of ourselves at this time will give us a lot of support as we move into the next season and moving into the holiday season. And so with that in mind, so far this week we've been talking about care for the body and care for the emotions, setting up a calm environment, having scents and different kinds of smells to help you feel relaxed in your environment while you're having a spa. And the spa can be 1 or 2 hours, right? Today, what I want to share with you is something special that I came up with that is actually called a goal setting treatment. And just like you can have a massage treatment or a pedicure as a treatment, you can also do this goal setting treatment, which is more of a treatment for the mind, the thinking process. And it kind of helps you to purge, shed some old habits about how you're thinking and kind of push the restart button on what you're doing and what you're hoping to accomplish with the rest of this year. It's a great time to think about goals that you set in the earlier part of the year, and if you're really still into that, or if you still have time, if you want to change courses and have a new kind of theme for the rest of the year. It's a great start. Finish strong, right? So with that in mind, the goal setting treatment can can cover any sphere of involvement. So before you actually plan this, it's good to think about what you want to apply it to. So it can be career, it can be family, it can be friends, it can be new skills, new art skills, new endeavors or projects you're working on, or it can be about a vacation or ways to get more involved with service organization, things like that. So think about what sphere you want to cover, and then think about if you want to do an easy, a moderate level, or an intense level treatment. And the easy level is only 1 or 2 hours. Moderate would be 4 hours to a day. So if you have a group spa going, this is a great afternoon activity after lunch. Everybody kind of works on this together and comes back at dinner for the final part. It's kind of fun. And if you want to do something more intense, which I recommend at least once in your life, doing an intense goal setting treatment, which is 2 days to a full week. And it's absolutely wonderful. And so there's some great ideas about how to do that. If you want to write or call, I can give you more information on how to set that up. So once you know which level you want to work at, there are 5 steps to actually doing the treatment. So the first step is brainstorming. And for brainstorming, I like to get just a bunch of magazines, and they can really be any magazines. Actually, these are my magazines, so I wouldn't normally use these. I would tend to use magazines I would never look at normally. So I've used Car Mechanics and some design magazines, which actually now I love those and buy them too. But before, I didn't know anything about them. So just find some different magazines around, borrow some from friends. You can give them back. And then what you do is you brainstorm by creating a list of about 20 words. And so what I do is I actually just randomly open the page, stick my finger in, and it says tapestry. That's a great word. So I would put that down and then take another magazine and randomly open it, and it says 1. So that's interesting. So I would just put those down and get a list together of about 20, 25 words. Okay, that's brainstorming. Part of the brainstorming process is then taking those and kind of putting them together, playing, and using those words as a kind of way to think through your actual area of interest. So if it's your career, you would actually use that to look at your career. So you would take each of those words and kind of play it against your career or whatever you're working on. From that, the next section that you're going to do is you're going to pick themes. And I recommend the first time you do it to just pick 2 themes. So from all the brainstorming and coming up with ideas, you're going to pick 2 kind of bigger arising ideas that you're going to work with. After you've picked those 2, then you're going to play with it. So you might want to get out more magazines and go and pull more words to play with those themes. Or you can do any number of ways of kind of reassessing and maneuvering things to look at it in a new way. So I actually will think about the current time, what's going on around me, and try to relate that. So this is October, so I can, the changing season. And I would look at each of the themes and look at the changing season and how does that impact it. Or I might look at people's health or bring in something that's normal part of my day and connect it to that. So that's playing with it kind of in the idea, the realm of words, After you've done that a little bit and you've generated some more ideas, the next thing you're going to do is actually a continuation of the play process, but it's where we document. Okay, and this is really fun. If you're doing a spa party, you would actually pull everybody together for this part and give out, you can get like little baskets and have different kinds of markers, and you can give people envelopes to put different ideas in and pass around. You can get paints, you can get markers, clay. I've done this a few different ways, and everybody goes and creates some kind of art. If you're by yourself or if you're in a very musically inclined group, you could actually write songs. And so you might come together, get some ideas about how you're going to document, and then go off and do these artistic projects. One time I created a magazine. That was when I did a week long. And I did a page for each of the themes or each of the ideas I was working with. And that was fun. I've had people do radio plays or write small books. I mean, whatever your skill or interest is, you can create a collage. Sky's the limit. And if you don't feel particularly artistically inclined, this is a great time actually to try using new ways of interacting in order to document. And of course you can write down what your ideas are, what you think, and journal a little bit, but also try to make it into some kind of artistic level. And so this is play, even though we're kind of capturing it in some form, physical form that you can look at. What you're really doing too is using the form to allow the brain to let go and play in new ways. So with music, with dance, with beauty, whatever brings beauty into your life, you would use that and apply it to create some kind of documentation. Then last, sense realization. Sense realization is where we make real the ideas that we came up with and documented by using the various senses. So everybody knows the 5 senses: sight, hearing, taste, whatever have you. And then if you were with the blog last week, I went through the 5 other senses. There are actually more than that, but I think those 5 are great. And so what you could do is actually go through each of the senses and think about ways that you can go out into the world and engage the world dealing with these new ideas. Okay, and invite people to engage with you in this new way that you've come up with. So for taste, there's so many different ways you can do that. You can have a dinner party and actually talk with your friends about this new thing you're trying to do. You could go out into the community and maybe you want to actually do more service work is one of the things you came up with. So maybe you would actually go to a soup kitchen, and that would be one way that you would look at ways to get involved. Or you could, like one of the themes I was working with recently was marketing. So one of the things that I could do is perhaps go meet some people who are caterers or bakers and see how we could combine skills and support each other. My cat is here. Hi, Sniff. This is my cat. He'll join us sometimes. And he's letting me know it's time to go. So with that in mind, I hope that you do choose at least to take an hour and try this and see what you come up with. And with that, I'll say peace and see you next time. Bye.